Hi friends! Well, grab your favorite drink and let's chat about planning for the 2023-2024 homeschool year. Welcome to Born for Homeschool. My name is Rachel Bourne. My husband and I have 4 kiddos. This coming school year, I will have a 7th grader, a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and then a little guy who will be like pre-K age. So I am really looking forward to a very full and very busy homeschool year. So when it comes to planning out our homeschool year, if you've been around my channel for the last couple of years, then you know I start by just grabbing a notebook and a pencil or a legal pad and a pen, and I just start planning. So when it comes to planning for our homeschool year, I like to start with reviewing our mission for homeschooling, and then I also like to think through some of the goals that I have for my kids for the coming school year. Once I take some time to kind of review the big picture of our homeschool and where I'm going this year and what that looks like for this coming school year, then it's time to kind of look at the tools, the resources, the curriculum that I'm going to be using, the co-ops or whatever it is that is going to be a bulk of our homeschool for the coming year. And to keep everything straight and organized in my mind, I usually do a grid. Or this year, I've just made a list of the subjects on the left-hand side. And then in years past, I've done more like a spreadsheet and had the names of my children in a column across the page. But this year, I just have bullet points here under each of the subjects. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, we don't have to do every subject every year. But this helps me keep things straight in my mind when it comes to planning for the school year. And so this is just kind of how I organize things. So the first subject that I have listed here on the page is math. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, then my selections for this coming year is going to come as no shock to you. We are going to continue with the Saxa Math program. And my 2nd grader will be doing Saxa Math 2. My 4th grader will be working on Saxa Math 5-4. And I did purchase the Saxon Teaching CD to go along with Math 5-4 for her. And then my 7th grader will be working on Saxon Math 8-7. And then I'm hoping to find a Dive CD for her to go along with her in her math. And using the math CDs this year, I'm looking forward to that, maybe giving the girls a little bit more independence when it comes to working through math. So that's the goal. We'll see how it goes, and I'll give you a feedback once we decide what the DVDs are like or what the CDs are like, if they're helpful, if not, and that sort of thing. But that's the plan for right now. And then when it comes to language arts, I have language arts broken down into reading, grammar, spelling, and writing. And so to start with, for reading, my 1st grader this current school year finished Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. And once he was done with that, I wasn't quite sure what to do with him reading-wise. It ended up that we just have used readers and a chart. He will, read independently and put a sticker on, and that is what we've been doing for reading for the rest of the school year. It's worked really well. He's done really well at it, and he's continuing to increase his fluency when it comes to reading. However, I really did feel like he could use more instruction and he could use a more formal curriculum when it comes to reading. So in our homeschool resources, we have the whole elementary aged Bob Jones Press readers, just the old school bright green readers. And as I was looking for options for his reading curriculum this year, I found that Bob Jones has updated their readers, and they also have textbooks to go along with them. As I was looking into them, I think that that is what I'm planning to do with my 2nd grader for reading this coming year. So I'm looking at the BJU readers, the level 2, and then also the textbooks that go with those readers. So I'll let you know how that pans out, but that's the plan for now. And then my 4th grader, I'm planning to do all about reading level 2 with her. And again, if you've been on my channel, you know that I've been really struggling and wrestling with, she's been a struggling reader, and I've just been trying to find resources that would be helpful and just meeting her needs when it comes to reading. And so I found this All About Reading program and decided that level 2 is where I want to start with her. And I found I found a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace. And so the only pieces or the only piece that's missing that I'll need to purchase to begin this curriculum with her is the letter tiles. I'll need to get those. But I'm really excited about this curriculum. I think it will be really good for her. I hope it will be really helpful to her. And then there's 2 other resources that I found. The Homeschool Convert has a YouTube channel, and she had a struggling reader, and she recommended 2 resources, which were Blast Off to Reading and Reading Pathways. So those 2 resources, I'm also looking at getting those and seeing if those will be helpful to my daughter as she's continuing to work on reading, gaining fluency, and that sort of thing. So that's my 4th grader, the plan for reading for her. And then my 7th grader, I found this really cool resource. It is basically a book report, but it was put together by a woman a homeschooling mama who owns, I believe it's Lion Academy. Lion Academy Learning, I think, is the name of the company that she has. But she has this really fun PDF that you can purchase and print off for a book report. And I think that my 7th grader is going to absolutely love to read the books that I assigned her, but then also fill in a book report for them. I think it's just right up her alley. The formatting of this book report is so fun and interesting. I think she's gonna love it. So I'm really excited about not just having an assigned reading list for her, but also incorporating this book reporting for her. So next in the theme of language arts is grammar. My 1st grader is started through the level 1 of first language lessons for the well-trained mind. And we will continue that and then move on to level 2 for his 2nd grade year. And then my 3rd grader, who will be in 4th grade this coming school year, she is finishing up level 2. So we are going to start the level 3 workbook for the first language lessons for the well-trained mind. She'll be starting that this fall for grammar. And then I'm not sure what I'm doing with my 7th grader when it comes to grammar this year. We'll see. If you have any suggestions or thoughts on really amazing grammar programs for a 7th grader, let me know in the comments below. So after reading and grammar and spelling, I'm planning to get the first Explode the Code book for my 2nd grader to just kind of give him more practice when it comes to phonics and spelling. So Explode the Code will be what he uses, and then I will also get the next few books for Explode the Code for my 4th grader. And then my 7th grader for spelling, she started the Evan Moore Spelling 6 this year, and she still has quite a ways, several weeks of the book left to finish. So I'm not going to purchase the 7th grade for her. I'll just let her finish out the book that she already has. It's challenging enough for her, and it will be good for her to finish that out for this year. So I'm planning for her just to continue that Evan Moore Spelling 6. It's something that she enjoys doing, and it's something that's been really good for her. It's been challenging, but something that she can do independently. So that brings me to the last section of language arts, which is writing. Now, this year I am looking at joining a new co-op this coming school year. So this is actually a co-op that I had looked into last year to see about joining. And one of the main reasons I looked into joining it for this past school year was that the writing curriculum, the science curriculum, and the history curriculum that we use in our homeschool is the curricula that this co-op uses for their writing, science, and history. Life has changed, circumstances have changed, my husband's work schedule has changed, and it just seems to make sense to check into participating with this co-op this coming school year. So I'm really excited about that option and that opportunity to maybe to do writing and to do history and to do science in a co-op setting. I think that will be a really good thing for our homeschool. It'll be a really good thing for us. I think if we do these core subjects in a co-op, they will have homework and things like that to work on throughout the week, but it will free us up to do more of the things that I have been feeling are really important in our homeschool. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see in the weeks and the months ahead as things progress, like what does that look like? Is that really what I think we should be doing this coming school year? So the next subject that I have listed here is Bible. And my husband and I have been working through a family devotional book or it's actually a devotional series done by Answers in Genesis, which has been absolutely wonderful. It's not just Bible and devotional, it is a lot of apologetics in there and science, and it has just been wonderful and so fun. So we will continue to be doing that for our Bible time. And then I'm also planning to just read a chapter a day with the children. I started that this current homeschool year. I did not do a good job of continuing that throughout the homeschool year. So I'm planning to start again this coming school year. And I'm probably not going to wait until this coming school year. I'm probably going to start throughout the summer to just kind of get into the groove and into the rhythm of reading a chapter a day. But I think I'm going to start in the New Testament. So that's the plan for our Bible curriculum. And also, this homeschool year, we started the Torchlighters. The Torchlighters have a DVD, and then they also have workbooks to go along with the learning about the different heroes of faith. And that has been something that we've really enjoyed. It was really impactful for us, and it was something that was so good. We are going to continue that for sure in our coming homeschool year. So the next subjects that I have here are music and art. And again, this is something, some things that will change, some things that will stay the same. So my daughters, they take bi-weekly piano lessons that will continue this coming school year. This current school year, my 6th grader, 3rd grader, and 1st grader have all been part of our children's choir and children's bells and chimes choir at our church. And my oldest daughter will be moving out of that this coming year. And so it will just be my 2nd grader and 4th grader who will be doing children's choir and the children's chimes and bells. But then we're also looking at the possibility of doing a music and art class with some extended family. We have family that lives nearby that are professional musicians and a professional artist, and so we're looking at what the logistics would be if we did music and art classes with them. So I'm really excited about that. My husband and I have been talking about this for a couple years, and it just hasn't seemed to work out well, but I think we're going to try to make that happen for this coming school year. And by this coming school year, I mean, I don't think we're going to wait until this fall, but maybe even try to start over this summer. So I will keep you posted on what that looks like. The other two sections that I have here on my planning page are some main things that I want to keep in mind as I'm planning. And I have really grown and learned a lot this last year as an educator, as a mother, as a teacher. And I want to carry these things that I've learned into this coming school year. And so I have learned and just been reminded of the importance of reading aloud. So I want that to be a huge part of our homeschool. I have also just been thinking about adventures, like taking adventures with my children, and just the importance of doing that. And especially recently in the last few weeks, I've really just been reminded that the time that I have with them is really precious. And I want to be present for this time and to savor this time, and not just like hold on to it with, this death grip, but just to really savor this time with them, to enjoy doing different things with them. And so going on adventures is something that I think is really important to make a part of our lives right now. And so I have that listed, and then I also have poetry and time outdoors. And these are just things that I've been reminded of, the importance of these things when it comes to child development and healthy development and mental health and just all of this sort of thing that I think is really important for them to have in their childhood. And I want to do what it takes to make sure that these things are an important part of our homeschool. So I have them listed here because I'm not quite sure what this looks like. I don't know if that means learning nature journaling, or doing some sort of nature co-op or something like that. I'm just not sure, but I do know that these are important things, and I want to keep those at the forefront of my mind as I'm planning for the coming school year. And then also I have Bible, hymns, poetry, and manners listed out as something that I want to just do little pieces of every day. These are areas that I see that they need to continue to receive instruction and be given opportunities to grow. So I want to make sure that I take the time to make these part of our homeschool every day. So that's what I'm thinking so far. Those are the plans that I have made, and we'll see as the days ahead and weeks come, and as I talk more with this, the coordinators of this new co-op, like what that will look like for our family. It will be really interesting to see how, these plans come to fruition and what exactly that looks like for our coming homeschool year. Well, I hope you found this video to be helpful and encouraging as you look at planning for your 2023-2024 homeschool year. I hope you have a wonderful week homeschooling, and I will see you again in next week's video.